Welcome to Teacher's Corner. This is Preparing Your Starship level 40. So we have played through enough missions. We are now level 42. This was due to claiming things.
How can I assist you today? Or in the future?
Okay, so first things we're going to do is check from our Delta Recruit account-wide rewards, see if there's anything left to claim. No, there's not. Okay, so now we have the mission. Report to Admiral Quinn's office. This is for our promotion. Now we speak to Admiral Quinn. Congratulations, Admiral. You have conquered yet another milestone in your journey through Starfleet. In light of your contributions, I'm authorizing a new starship for you. I know you'll do great things with a more powerful vessel. So we speak to Lieutenant Laurel in the shipyard to requisition a new starship. Alright. Again, this is a very simple mission. Oh, we have new duty officer. Let's claim that, and there we go. Alright, so we've claimed our new duty officer. And I'm going to go ahead and there we go. Alrighty. Now we're going to go talk to Lieutenant Laurel and claim our new temporal ship. Okay. Starship requisitions. And boop doo. Okay, we're at the lower half. Continue. We want to get new starship. Browse selection, and we're not going to do all ranks. Instead, we're going to choose we're Admiral lower half, and we're going to see what we can get that's from the temporal pack. There it is, the Temporal Battle Cruiser. Alright, so this is going to be a cruiser similar to what we've had. This is going to have a Ensign Tactical, a Lieutenant Commander Tactical, so it's going to be very similar to what we have right now. Commander Engineering, a Lieutenant Commander Science, and a Ensign Universal. So it's going to be very, very similar to what we have right now. I'm probably going to make this a tactical and put on something like maybe a chemosite laced weaponry, something like that. Either that or get in my 2 copies of Tactical Team, which I really don't need since I have the duty officers to cool it down. So I'm probably going to put a chemosite laced weaponry. I'll have to think about it. But there we go. This is the new starship that we're going to claim. Alright. And claim this. There we go. Transaction successful. Alright. So this is our new starship. We're going to open it up. And there we go. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video for the recording for a moment while I go and upgrade all of my weapons to the now Mark 10, which I can use, and I'll see you back in a few. Alright, welcome back to preparing your level 40 starship. So I have upgraded all of my gear, as you can see here in my inventory. Everything is now Mark 10, which is the maximum that a level 40 can use. I have bought my ship, which was the, let's see it here, it was named so it is the Temporal Battle Cruiser, level 40. And so now I'm going to rename so that I can keep my name Teacher's Corner. I'm going to rename this ship to something random. There we go. USS Montgomery. And then I'm going to go to the Urubamba, and I'm keeping my ships so that I have them in my roster for when I do Admiralty. I'm going to Ready Starship, and I'm going to change its name to Teacher's Corner. Alright, there we go. Teacher's Corner. And okay. Alright, so this is the Teacher's Corner, the new one, and I'm going to discard, of course, the things that come with it because I have my own gear. I usually like to keep all of my weapons the same, like if I'm using cannons, I use all cannons and turrets. If I'm using beams, I use all beams. If I'm using torps, torps is kind of the funky one. Mix and match, but that is mostly to fill out set bonuses. Alright, and there we go. And discarding all of these, and ba-boom. There we go. Alright, so the first thing, tactical consoles should be used for tactical consoles only. Okay, so I'm going to move this up for now to engineering. There we go. Alright, so in my upgrade I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 crit D3 over beams. Okay, this is too shy of a full set, so we're going to put our crit D3 overs, and this one I hadn't equipped yet, it popped from my reserves. Come on. Dag nabbit. We getting server not responding. There we go. And one, and we need to do one, so this one is bound to account already. There we go. Alright, so we now have 8 beams, 6 of which are crit D3 overs. The other 2 are still very rare at crit D2. And we'll put our other gear back on our new ship. We have 3 device slots, of which we are using 2, and we need to make sure our EPS flow regulator goes on our ship, and our plasmonic leech, which is going into an engineering console. That does leave us room for 3 consoles. Now we could at this option, because we are in a fleet and we do have, or we can use Mark 10, we could go to the embassy and pick up a couple plasma explosion consoles. I'm not going to do that, however, because if you look, I don't have quite enough fleet credits, so I am going to go ahead and forego that for the moment. I could, of course, donate my fleet dilithium vouchers and get 10,000 fleet credits if I chose to, another 10,000, which would give me quite a bit of fleet credits, but I'm going to forego that for the moment. And I want these, so I'm going to put all 3 of these lovely consoles back on here. And to make this easier, I'm just going to drag and drop. There we go. Alrighty. So I can use these on my enemies. I can test out the new one, which is the Photonic Decoy Beacon. And this is a taunt. It provides a photonic decoy that taunts our enemies, so we're going to actually test this out. And of course I want my 3 anti-proton mag regulators. 2 of these are ultra rare, so they give us a little bit more, 28.1, and 1 is very rare. Alright, that is my ship gear. Now I can look at my stations. Let me put this, let's open it up the normal way. There we go. Alright, so now I can look at stations. Now I do have the Ensign Universal. I could use that as attack. I don't have to. I actually have a pretty nice opportunity here to use a gravity well because I do have a Lieutenant Commander Science. So that is quite nice. I'm going to go ahead and set this up very similar to our last ship. I'm going to go ahead and put Scavron, and I'm going to change his ensign ability to engineering team. I'm going to go ahead and put our other engineer, Dishel, here so that we have those 2 engineering teams like we did on our last ship. I could also go ahead and put another tactical officer with Chemosite Lace Weaponry. I did want to save that for when I get my superior Romulan operatives, so I've decided not to go with that. I'm going to go ahead and put Augustin in our attack, and I'm going to put Tarsi. There we go. Alright, so there we go. Same as last time. 2 fire at wills, a single attack pattern, and a single tactical team, which is brought down to global with duty officers. And then I'm going to put Temet. Now you notice Temet has charged particle burst. I don't want this skill. I want to put a grav well here. I like using gravity wells. They're nice. They're easy to figure out. So I'm going to go ahead and put a gravity well there, which means I need to go and get a gravity well from the bridge officer trainer. Now, Lieutenant Commander is the lowest ability or the lowest rank where you can use a gravity well. So it is a higher rank ability, science space, and I'm going to get a gravity well 1. Where is it? Okay, there we go. We're going to do the blues. Tychon's Rift 2, gravity well 1. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get a gravity well 1. And I'm going to train Temet, who is my science officer. Skills. I'm going to look here, and she's going to learn gravity well 1. This will be her default. And if I go to stations, I'm going to change that to gravity well 1. Alright, so very similar setup to our last ship. I've added a gravity well, that's the only change. Okay, so I'm going to head up to space and of course put everything on my, get my skill bars all set up and my power levels and all of that. Here we go. Sloating. You gotta love sloating. Loading. Remember, this server not responding is not an actual server not responding. It's just showing how slowly you're loading in. Because if you'll notice, even though I've been not responding for 36 seconds, I've been loading in, making progress on my loading bar. There we go. Alright, and close that box. Here we go. So first things first, always remember your power levels. And we're going to do weapons. Lock that so it doesn't change. And now, there we go. And save that as our default. And back to number 1. Alright, so as you can see, we've got our weapons sorted. And remember, always put on auto fire. There we go. Boom. Alright, so we've taken care of that. And now, since we have everything, all our weapons on auto fire, we don't need them in our tray. It's kind of redundant. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that. I personally don't like to use ramming speed, so I get rid of it so I don't accidentally use it. I don't generally use the shield frequency modulation, so I'm getting rid of that. I do use weapon system efficiency. I'm putting that on number 1 so I can easily use it. If I decide I want to use shield frequency modulation, I can click on it right here. Okay. Alright, I'm not going to move any of those. Okay, except maybe this one down to here. I don't generally use threatening stance. This isn't meant to be a threat tank, so I'm going to get rid of it so I don't accidentally click it. Okay, and go down fighting. We have earned go down fighting. This is actually quite a good skill. We'll talk about it momentarily. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and move my evasive maneuvers to its normal spot. My call trader to its normal spot. Alright, and we'll go ahead and set up our spam bar. So we want emergency power to weapons. First thing, there we go. And then we want our fire at will, attack pattern beta, and this. Alright, and now I'm going to take, because I have go down fighting, I am going to take my attack pattern alpha off of my spam bar because I want to start saving that for when I do go down fighting. Okay, I want to save go down fighting off of my spam bar as well. I'm not going to leave them where they are. I'm going to put them probably there and there. Okay, I am however going to put tactical initiative so that that can cool down my bridge officer abilities, my tactical ones. I am going to put fire on my mark, and I'm going to put brace for impact, so those are, that is hitting as often as I like. I did get another thing, fleet support 1. I'm going to put that on my 9 bars so that will activate whenever it is appropriate. Alright, now I'm going to put, let's go, okay, so our normal things, I put that there, that there, I like this one here, okay, that there, and there, and there, okay, and this one here. Let's find the rest of those little suckers. Where are they? If you can't find them, if they didn't go weird places in your bar, you can pull them, of course, from the list here, and I found defensive, and I'm looking for the last one. Okay, where is support? So support would be under S. There it is, support configuration. Alright, and of course if you can't find them, you can always put them or click on them here in this tray. Alright, now we want to put our temporal probe. I'm actually going to move this down, move that down. Okay, oh, one more. Didn't count far enough. There we go. And we want to put our abilities here. There we go. And the one to test. The Go Down Fighting is actually a very nice buff for tactical captains. When your hull goes below 50%, it will allow you to click on it. The lower your hull at the time you activate it, the bigger the damage buff. Okay? So, what we would normally do, what tactical captains normally do, is they save the attack pattern alpha. You get your Go Down Fighting as low as your hull can support, can manage, and then you hit your attack pattern alpha. And this gives you a huge damage buff at the appropriate time. I'm also going to move my gravity well down there. Okay. And now we are ready to take our new ship into battle. But we do need to spend a couple skill points. Alright, 3 skill points, 3 space, 1 ground. Since I do have a gravity well and I want the ability to use that gravity well, have it do a decent amount of damage, I am going to spend my new skill points on exotic particle generation. This determines how much damage my gravity well does. That unlocks another node, and I want to drain resistance in all subsystems, not just shields. So I'm going to pick subsystem drain resistance. There we go. We are 2 points away from unlocking the ultimate, 3 points away from unlocking the upgrade to the ultimate, which we want at least probability window, which increases the duration. So, and you see we're very close to finishing up here. So, we have 1 ground point. I'm going to spend this on kit efficiency. This reduces the recharge time of our kit abilities. Okay? And this leaves us another. So I'm going to improve my flank damage. So now when I flank, I will do more damage to my enemies. And now we are ready for the next mission, which is Past Imperfect. I will see you there.